Greetings everyone, I'm Dr. Anth. In the last video, we visited El Norte, the desert region of the United States. In this video, we will explore the temperate rainforest of the left coast, the rainiest region in the United States except for Hawaii. The left coast begins in Northern California and heads north all the way to coastal Alaska. All the rain leaves the forest filled with moss and ferns. The coastal mountain ranges keep the precipitation on the Pacific side, which means that the eastern side of the mountain ranges is much drier, as very little rain falls on that side. The drainage system of the Cascadia mountain ranges is to the Pacific Ocean. The left coast was settled by the First Nations at least 15,000 years ago. Based on linguistic diversity, it is probably closer to 50,000 years ago. This was a densely populated region long before any European explorers arrived. This map shows just one small region of the left coast First Nations. You need to multiply it many times to get an idea of the thousands of people who lived in the region for possibly tens of thousands of years. The salmon runs of Cascadia were such an abundant source of protein for the First Nations that they were able to settle into permanent towns. It seemed that the salmon would never end, but dam building made it almost impossible for the salmon to reach their spawning grounds. Dams are now being dismantled to allow the salmon to swim free. Obviously, the major regional dish of the Pacific Northwest is grilled salmon. Yum! The first Euro-Asians to arrive were the Russians, who set up a number of fur trading posts. The Russians were followed by Spain, later Mexico, England, and the United States. Once the U.S. had control of the region, immigrants rushed to the left coast, first for gold in Northern California, and later for farmland in the Oregon Territory. Naturally, the white settlers did everything they could do to push the native First Nations from their land, including massacring entire villages. In addition to prospecting for gold and farming, the dense forests are filled with giant redwoods, which were heavily logged for timber, leaving much of the forest with large clear-cut patches. Shipping goods across the mountains was difficult and expensive. It was much easier to sail to Asia and trade there than to try and trade with the eastern half of the U.S. Trade with Asia still dominates the ports of Seattle-Tacoma and San Francisco-Oakland. Primarily due to trade with Asia, many corporations have their headquarters in the left coast. These include Microsoft in Seattle and Google and Apple in the San Francisco Bay Area. The result is that the left coast has a vibrant cosmopolitan economy. Workers tend to be paid better by left coast corporations than is the case elsewhere in the U.S. For instance, Costco, whose headquarters are in Seattle, Washington, pays workers about double what workers earn at Walmart, whose headquarters are in Bentonville, Arkansas, of Greater Appalachia. According to the Human Development Index, the left coast states of Washington and California are near the best performing category, while Oregon is in the middle of the range. The next video will explore the far west region. This is a huge chunk of the United States, but has a very small population. Why would that be? Watch to find out, and please subscribe to my channel.